All right, mate, we're back again. As promised, 2 weeks later. So we'll go through, I think we've got a bit to cover today. So we'll go through the boring stuff first of
us
and our 2 games, and then we'll get on to...
3 games, is it?
Did we cover the cup game?
No, don't think so. Was it? I don't know. I might have.
No.
Yeah, maybe.
If we didn't cover the cup game, we won 8. After we won 8-3.
I think we did, actually.
It was a waste of time, yeah. So that one was done. I think we got Manchester, didn't we, in the semi-finals?
Yeah.
I'm sure Manchester are looking forward to that. So we'll start with the Manchester game yesterday, because that was pretty much of a non-event. So Manchester, we won 12-6. Scoreline flattered them, I think, didn't it? Should have probably...
We got a couple at the end where we put our young keeper in.
Yeah, a couple of token decisions for 10-metre pens, wasn't it? I think they'd levelled the game up with the 10-metre penalties. But yeah, whatever. It should have finished about, I don't know, I'd say about 15-3. It'd probably been right, 15-4. It'd been something like, but it was 12-6, whatever. We'll take it. But
they give it a go at the start, didn't they?
They had a go at the beginning. I think the court was called, didn't they? Because I didn't think they'd go fly all game. Don't know if it was because they didn't have a keeper or he is a keeper. If he is a keeper, dear me. But if he's an outfield player, and whatever, that's the decision. But they went fly all game, basically. But yeah, we don't mess about our fly. It's just we shut it down. I think it took us 5 or 10 minutes to get to grips with what was going on, because we weren't expecting it, weren't planning for it.
But this game we sort of targeted as one where we can put some of our newer players, give them more game time. No disrespect to them, but it was more, if there was any games, it'd be these B team games where they're a bit younger.
Yeah.
So, where, they might be good, but hopefully these players are fine against them.
But yeah, I'm not quite sure what the game plan was, because I know, like, Sam, who runs Manchester, is a big fan of flies. He's probably as much of a fan of fly as I am. Don't do it. So, a bit disappointed to come with a young team. I'm sure...
They are a young team?
Yeah, with a young team coming like that. And I'm sure what they're learning, training and in that, sort of, they can't get promoted, they can't get relegated. I'd rather them see them try what they're doing training. But anyhow, it's up to them. That's their game plan. They do what they like. But as soon as we got to grips with it, it was a non-event on it. Just turned it round. Kingy played. Got injured, I think, didn't he? After, when he didn't fancy running no more. Then jogged off the pitch, never saw him again. But yeah, waste of time. Few yellow cards, wasn't there? I think we was good. We didn't get any yellow cards.
Only you, but
just me.
None of the players.
I got one. Whichever one. First one of the season. I'm sure all my haters out there will be saying about Sam. But whatever. I think they got 3 or 4. The captain could have been sent off 4 times, I think.
Well, it's the first time I've seen this. I've never seen a referee get his book out to book someone, and then, I may be wrong here, but I don't know whether he saw that he'd already been booked or not, but the book then closed and went back in his pocket.
He told me, you hear it on camera anyway, he told me he went to get a tissue out of his pocket.
No, he did.
He did, honestly.
No, he did.
He did, mate. He said to me, I said, Rob, what are you doing? He went, I just went to get a tissue out of my pocket. I said, I'm having to get tissues now with decisions like that. It's unbelievable. But yeah, we had a laugh about it. Can I joke with referees? I don't know if I can. But anyhow, he was all right about it. And then he did something else, didn't get sent, and then he finally got sent. I'm hoping we can put the clip on of when Jason takes this ball down at the air, mate. I don't know if you've seen it. It's amazing. This ball just gets put up into the...
And he brings it down like Henri.
Yeah, brings it down, sends the kid straight into the box. The kid just wipes him out. Probably should have been a straight red for that one, but he gets his second yellow and off he toddles. But I've got to say, I felt for that kid there, because I think they should have protected him.
The first thing I say when someone gets a yellow is they're off.
Yeah.
If the game's done. If you need that player in the game, keep him in the game. Yeah. But he had 3 or 4.
But especially when let him off the next one, it's like, mate, get off because you're getting done.
He got 2 big ones he got let off with.
And then another one he kicked the ball away and got let off. Then he finally got done. You think, I don't think Kingy's done you a favour there. He should have took you off. Game was finished. Save him for the next week, but he got him banned and whatever. 35 quid ban. That was that. So that game was a pretty much non-event. Crowd was flat, wasn't it? It's hard for the crowd to get involved because it was just a boring game. When they come with that sort of attitude, it's just boring. I I don't enjoy it.
It is tough because I look at it and I go, so we had Eagles next to us.
Yeah.
And they're quite good at manufacturing atmosphere in terms of drums, noise, Eagles, all that, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're really good at that. And my stance has always been it should be a bit more natural, but like the Eagles game was, it was just natural. There was a natural atmosphere there. But yesterday it's just a bit flat, wasn't it? I said after the game, I don't think anyone realised I was playing in front of 80 to 100 people.
Yeah.
It was just, yeah.
I think it's like boxing, isn't it? When styles make fights, don't they? And if you have two fighters coming in and want it and wants to have a go, it's really good.
Yeah.
When you have one who don't interested and he just wants to
hold and
just that and spoil the game, it's just what's the point? But that's their tactic. I can't do anything about that. But again, that's two teams in a row tried to go flying, two teams that have got crushed. So whatever, keep going fly for all week. We'll just keep beating you. It'll be boring, but we'll just trash them. So that was that. We'll get off that one because it was a bit of a stinker game, that one, the Manchester one. So the Eagles game, that was I enjoyed it for most of it. We had a 5 or 10 minute spell where I didn't enjoy it, but everything was good about that.
It's weird though because that 5 or 10 minute spell you didn't enjoy it. When you look at the bigger picture, it made the game a lot better.
It did. I think I said this because we was winning easy. I think it was 10-2 at half time. We was losing 1-0 as we generally go behind. We pulled it back. We got in front. I think it was 10-2 at half time. And then as we do, we go to sleep, switch off. They got right back into it. I think it was...
It got to 11-8 at one point.
Was it something like that? It was ridiculous. And all their fans started up, and that made it even better.
Yeah,
and their fans started going, and our fans were going, and it was actually the closest I've seen to a proper, like with the fans and all celebrating and everything going on.
I think I've seen a couple, like grand final.
Yeah, I've never really seen it in a league game where there's two sets of fans.
I've seen
100 plus fans each.
Yeah, you see LDN and there's I don't know, 1,000 people there, but they're all there for that one team.
Yeah, they're just watching LDN. But this was the first time I've seen two teams bring a crowd each. And it helps for both in all, but it was good. It made the atmosphere, and I think now the games we actually wanted to come down to playing.
Yeah.
But I think I predicted before my prediction was something like 16-7, and there'd be red cards and 10-metre penalties. I think I underestimated. I don't know if anyone's might have watched this game, might not have done. I've never been involved in a game that has had so many 10-metre penalties in my life. So if anyone didn't know or watch it, there was 12 10-metre penalties in this game. And I think there was probably about, I don't know how many fouls was there, 30-something fouls? I can't remember. Something ridiculous.
There was 30 fouls, I think.
And I'm guessing probably there was about 7-8 fouls in the game. That was probably worth giving.
Proper fouls. Unless your threshold is really low. And then, you can probably get to 30. It's tough because we spoke about this in the change room yesterday, and we mentioned it too. It was on the England call, the coaches' call, and the discussion was about how they want to defend, and it was high press with your hands up. There was the two main things. So we win the ball up high, or we press high with your hand up, and you make that contact. My question was, is this discussed with the referees? Because in games, if you put a high press on and you get some kind of contact in, that player generally falls down and generally it's then a free kick. So you end up having to go, I can't go in fully, or I can't put as much pressure on. And then the player will either fall down and he'll play on, or there's no contact there at all. So it's tough to get that balance right. And I don't know, we'll have to go one way or the other. Even England have to go, well, we're never getting a practice, so we're going to have to sit off a bit, or the referees have to go, we're going to have to put the threshold a bit higher. So, which I think some referees, the threshold is really high, and they just go get on with it. And then some of us don't. So which is fine.
I'd rather it just go one or the other. I think from the coach's point of view, 1 week you're allowed to. Well, I'll use you as an example. You're a classic. 1 week, sometimes you're allowed to wrestle. Then the next week is if you touch someone or just give them the slightest nudge, you lose.
I'm guessing, because we're their biggest fans at the minute, you watched the Bloomsbury video of in Manchester.
I watched it.
Here's one, because we had spoke about this. Hey, Foz biggest fan again. He said he's a musician. He's a singer. He's actually really good.
I'll just quickly mention this because we won't come back blown to this week. I think it's fantastic that they're playing along with us. And they've called in Where's the Gummidge, they've called in Washing Machine, they were saying about stuff. So thank you for playing along. It's about time someone played along. It's just a bit of banter, boys. Thank you.
But there's one for you. The shoulder badge and Russell Goldstein, foul or no foul? But this is a problem.
Well, I'll
what you were saying, is that a foul? Would you give that a foul of the game?
No.
I'd say that's never a foul.
Well,
and that's Matt Buffalo, who's one of the high. Yeah, give the foul.
So show that. Well, if we can get the clip, see if you can clip it. That foul and the one Brad doesn't get yesterday when he gets absolutely steamrolled he got told. See if you can put both up and go, this is what we're against. So Brad got told, get up, you've got to be stronger. It was a shoulder to shoulder, and he just gets absolutely mullered from behind.
From behind.
Bam. Got to be stronger.
But I'm just going, you're both running down the line. I think even Foz says on the thing,
he gets to the gym.
Yeah. And Joe, it's just like, oh, sorry, no. Like, I think a shoulder contact is shoulder contact.
I've read it. It's saying shoulder to shoulder. The ball has to be in playing distance of both players. So you can't just come in with the shoulder and flatten him if the ball's 3 yards in front. It's not in playing distance. You've just took the man out.
Maybe that was the thing. Maybe it was running out and it was early. But I'd just go, even if the ball was in 10 yards in front and you're both chasing for it, if you knock someone with your shoulder and they knock off balance, I'm saying that's fair.
Yeah.
So it's tough that, but we'll move on from that because we've got quite a lot to cover. But but it was that fresh up. The game, what summed it up, the game was dead after 4. The first half was, I say it was dead. Again, it probably made more of a game of it. But from a playing perspective, it caused so many problems because after 4 minutes, i.e. there's still 16 minutes left on the clock, the score was 5-4 on fouls.
Yeah.
So there'd been 9 fouls in 4 minutes. Maybe there was all fouls, but...
I did ask him before the game. I spoke to him, they want to speak to refs. I spoke and just said, look, it's going to be really intense, this game. Really intense. Everyone's up for it. Everyone don't mind the contact. So if there is contact, just, think about it, what you're giving here. Because if you start giving the little, it's going to be a million, and there was 12 10-metre penalties.
Yeah.
9 to us, thank God. And they got 3.
Yeah.
They missed all theirs as well, by the way.
Well, I've seen one. This is the first time I've ever seen this. They didn't miss the first one. He got timed out.
Yeah, he did.
I've never seen...
The referee timed him out on a 10-metre penalty.
Well, I remember the level 1 course we did with Mark Beckett running it.
Yeah.
And he said, whatever you do, under no circumstances, you never time out a 10-metre penalty.
I've never seen it ever.
But it
timed
happened.
Out.
But thankfully it won for us, and he scarred it anyway.
And I don't want to put this challenge to Russ, because I've challenged him with the old rainbow flick. I ain't seen him do that yet. And now can he challenge him with a 10-metre penalty as Skelly dinked the keeper, didn't he?
Oh, he did.
The keeper come out and he's done a little dink over it. So that's for you, Russell. I know you like a challenge, mate, and you're all intense and all that sort of rubbish. So if you could do a little dink, is he allowed to set 10-metre pens?
I don't know.
Don't think he is he? His captain ain't got the power, bless him. Yeah. But if you can, just a little dink, Russell, or a rainbow flick. Or...
He smashed one in our top corner when we played it.
Did he?
Never against Jordan. Jordan's was like that. I was like,
that's the one where, never get beaten here, postkeeper. See, Fozzie did well though in goal. Did you see his goal he conceded? I thought it was really good. He set his defensive shape up well off the corner, and it comes straight through to the back post, and he scored.
I did see it off the corner, yeah. He's blaming the man in front. He said he took and he could have been,
Yeah, I think that's all you, Foz.
Sorry, Foz.
That's, shocking, but I don't like you. I don't like him. Keep Wurzel off the commentary. Don't keep doing it, Foz, but I like him.
I need to ring JK. He's looking at adding another team in and stuff, so I need to just remind him of that. But yeah.
AKA Wurzel. So that was the,
So the Eagles game. So the Eagles game, so I think it needs, this one we said we're going to look at futsal as a whole. And again, this isn't any kind of bragging or anything like that. We are proud of what we've done. But like I said, this event took Eagles to put effort in as well.
We have to.
I think there's still this debate. It's probably a minority, but there's still this debate around what the FA should be doing, what they shouldn't be doing, and how futsal progresses. I put a couple of comments out there. Some people come back and saying, how do we know we haven't? I think Rob Smith put, how do we know futsal hasn't already reached its potential and now we're in a decline? I still think we could do more collectively to grow the sport. And I think us and Eagles have proven that. And there's other clubs who are also proving it as well. So there's different ways to go, but like I said, people, I don't know if they've been following the thing on Twitter between myself and Chris Horton, Hippie Hammer. But yeah, I just wanted to set a few stories straight and obviously to give my side of the story. So
I've had to block him now. I can't be doing it.
Well, I blocked him now. And the reason I've had to block him is because I ignored him last time, and he was sending me a message going, I don't know if you're getting these messages. Yes, I was getting your messages, but I can't engage with you because I asked you direct questions and you refuse to answer them.
He's like a politician, isn't he?
And then he asks a question, and then you give him an answer. He goes, "You're just deflecting because he doesn't like the answer." So it's really tough to have that. I try going different ways with him. I try having a bit of banter with him. Try winding him up. I try saying stuff that I know will touch a nerve. And at the end, he's not going to change his ways. So I just have to leave him be. He's going to have to argue with someone else, whoever's willing to listen. I was actually willing to listen, but I just disagreed with it. So yeah, so he wants me to call out Graham Dell. He wants me to call out Matt Bullingham. Is it Matt Bullingham?
I don't know who he is.
Well, he said Matt Bullingham, CEO, and I was like, sorry, I don't know who he is. If you show me 5 blokes now and went, which one's Matt, I would not have a clue.
I don't even know what he does.
But that was apparently deflecting because I didn't want to call him out. I don't know what he does.
Call him out for what? I think that we've got to get... So let's start with the Graham Dell one, because everyone's like, I hear the get along gang constantly. Graham Dell, so forgive Graham Dell. I don't... What Graham Dell does or doesn't do doesn't interest me. He does what he does.
Yeah.
And I've got to believe...
Or he doesn't do what he doesn't do.
So the FA look in what he does, and the FA will go, yeah, you're doing a good job, Graham, or no, you're not, and you're sacked. So the FA must think he's doing a good job because he's in there. What he does, don't know. Can I criticise him? On what?
Yeah.
I don't know what to criticise him on. Should he be doing more for futsal? Like what? Yeah. This is the questions and I'll go, what do you want him to do? And generally it's, well, they don't promote the sport. Okay, so we'll start, I think, round this sort of it. So yes. I'd say with football, you've played now every level. From conference down, you played at every level.
Well, so I've never played professional, but I've played against professional clubs.
Yeah.
And I've been in the National League where it's a lot of the clubs are professional, and some of them clubs I played against are now in the Football League, your Forest Greens and people like that. So I've seen a professional setup, and I've seen a semi-professional setup, and I've seen an amateur setup. And what I've tried to do is I've tried to look at where futsal's at, what could be done from an amateur level, or what are we doing at an amateur level? What could be done to reach just like a semi-professional level, and what would need to happen to be at a professional level? So I've gone quite into depth for this because I wanted to explain my vision on futsal, and there's pillars to this. I think there's a strategy to get there. Chris Horton believes the FA, he don't want the FA's money apparently, even though he's sending me screenshots of FA funding and stuff like that. He don't want the money. He wants them to spread awareness. So I've just seen some old messages from him, and one of them states, imagine seeing a bus go by and the FA have paid for a bus to say futsal on it. Something like that, and it's advertising futsal. That's great. That'd be amazing. It might spread awareness. But I think before awareness, there's other things you need to achieve. So I think, number one, there has to be accessibility to futsal. It's pointless people knowing about futsal if you can't get access to it. So again, this isn't about Cambridge. This is not Amron Cambridge. It's not about us bragging. But if Cambridge have got one youth session, under 10s and under 11s, which it states on the website, on a Sunday, for me, a 14-year-old kid or an 8-year-old kid does not have access to futsal in that area. So what is the point in raising awareness? So the FA could put all that money in, but the clubs are not doing enough for that accessibility.
Okay.
So it's a waste of money and it's a waste of time. So we don't need that. We don't need that exposure from the FA yet. Before the awareness, I think it needs to be funded. So in terms of funding it yourselves. Yeah. So you need to have the accessibility. So you need to create a session, and then you need to create funding from that. So you're creating and generating your own money. So if you need to start a new session and you need to book a venue for a year or 6 months or something in advance, you've got some money to do it. Then comes the awareness. And then after that, I think it's how you retain that progress. So they're the 4 ones for me. Accessibility first, then how it's all funded, then spread the awareness from what you're already doing, and then how do you retain that progress and keep it growing. They're the 4 things. So I've got this on my laptop, so I've like I say, I put quite a bit of effort into this. So the accessibility, so the first one. So there's things that can be done that the clubs can control, and then there's things which the clubs just can't control. So I'll start with the ones the clubs can't control. So accessibility, venues. We can't really control the venues. No one is going to be able to build their own venue.
No.
So we're limited to what we've got. A professional setup for me is the copper box.
Yeah.
A semi-professional, this is looking at men's teams games or women's teams games or adult teams games. A Hartbury. Or if we haven't all got a Hartbury, I'd love a Hartbury, we haven't got, or personalised halls like what Bolton are doing with their...
Yeah, just not all the...
Just something where you come in and it looks... And then amateur is just a netball court. So the one we went to at Genesis, where it's just a sports hall, empty, no one there, benches, table. So amateur, semi-professional, professional. Can we all get a personalised hall? Yeah.
Possibly.
We could all get a hall. Yeah. So again, it's not about us, but we found a hall which is a double hall. It's not massive, but we can get 20 wide.
20 by 32.
20 by 32. But we're going to personalise it. I won't tell everyone how we're doing that. Might surprise some people, but we're going to put banners and things like that around there, so we can personalise it. So it's just better than a school hall. So it's that upgrade. Can everyone do that? Yes, you need a little bit of money to do it, but investing in that. And then the national teams, we can't control it. I think amateur, there's no national teams. There's no pathway into international. Semi-professional, men's, women's, and youth. But at the minute, obviously, it's paid access. I think a professional setup would be free access. So I think at the minute, we're probably at that semi-professional level in terms of national teams. Right, so what can the clubs control? The pathways. So we're not great on this. This is one thing I'd love to achieve, but amateur level, you've just got a team. So Sunday league football team, you've got one team, amateur team.
Yeah.
Semi-professional, so you've got men's, women's, B teams, youth, paid access. So I'd say Manchester have got that.
Yeah.
Bolton.
Bloomsbury.
Maidenhead, Bloomsbury. So them clubs, sorry if there's any more, I'm trying to think, but sorry if there's any more, but they've got all that. I'd say that is probably semi-professional standard. It's that accessibility. Anyone that wants to join has got the ability to join. We're still on accessibility here. Pathways. So professional, exactly the same as that, but it's paid for. I.e., it's free access.
Yeah.
Which, again, we're going to be way off that. People are paying the way, do you know what I mean? But free access to everything, like a football academy. Youth competitions and club academies. So these are the big ones for me. Amateur teams, there's no pathways. Again, it's just the Sunday league football team turning up. Semi-professionals, there's grassroots pathways coming through to the first team. So we've got that. Again, other teams have got that. That's that set up. And then professional is the same. But you've got grassroots and you've got a professional pathway like football academies. Again, miles away off that, but that's what they've got in Spain, I'm guessing, where you can play for Barcelona or you can
they get to a certain age and you pick your pathway. Yeah.
But there's that professional setup, but there's also grassroots pathways. Yeah. So again, so that's the accessibility for me. They're the ones. So amateur, if you've got one team, no youth leagues, you've got no youth academies, you're playing on a netball court, and there was no national team, I'd say that sport is at an amateur level.
Yeah.
Now, what I want clubs to be able to do is to get to a point where there's men's, women's, B teams and youth teams. Every club's got that. Everyone runs their own youth league. They've got their own academy, personalised halls or a Hartbury, these elite venues that not quite there. And there's access to a national team. Some clubs have probably got all that, some maybe not, but I don't think it's too hard of a job with a bit of effort and time. I think the big one, what Chris is saying, is about volunteers. Yeah, I get it. I'm not criticising volunteers. He keeps saying, stop hammering volunteers. My issue is around the ones where you could do more and you choose not to.
Yeah.
That's the ones. But sorry, I'll rephrase that. The ones that choose not to, but still want to blame everyone else.
Yeah, that's what I can't stand. I think we had it on Friday, didn't we, where we was out running a tournament.
Yeah.
Friday night, we was out running that tournament for 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
And he sat, and I think you sent him a photo then saying, enjoy your glass of wine, and he sends one back saying, how do you know? We know, mate, because you just sat at home drinking a glass of wine.
Yeah.
That's why your club's going down the pan.
In his words.
And that's why, in his words, that's what he told you. Ours is going up because, I don't know if people don't believe it or not, but we are out every night.
Every night.
Out every night, every day, every
Both
Saturday.
of us. Like, you're 2 venues tonight, I'm at 1. That's 3 venues tonight. Like, and I know not everyone can do that, but then don't moan.
And that's just,
don't moan that the sport ain't growing.
But step aside. If you don't want to do it, step aside.
Yeah.
Because what you win the league for?
Yeah.
It's for status. I've gone through all this before. People want that status. I'm tier 1. We're tier 1. Eagles, I'll use Eagles as an example because I think they do everything right.
Yeah.
They've got a good support. They get 100 plus down watching. They've got a good youth setup. They've got their own leagues. They're doing everything right. They generate their own money. They're not reliant on sponsors or handouts or whatever. The only thing they haven't got, and I said this before, is the team to compete in tier 1. If they got in tier 1, they'd struggle. And this is why I keep saying we have to go backwards. We've got to take 3 steps back to go 1 step forward, and no one's willing to. We have to go back, and they won't. No. But I think Eagles, teams like that, should be in tier 1. The league would suffer. 1,000,000,000% the league would suffer and the quality would go
someone
down.
else had this idea because this is why the NFS was set up. And it had to be criteria based.
Yeah.
And it just went to shit, didn't it? And now it's just ability based.
Well, it's just ability. Have you got enough players? Can you get enough good players to play in your team? Yes, you're tier 1. Yeah. Have you got a youth set up? No, cares. Whatever. And that's where we're at with it. But yeah, I'm totally in agreement with you. What's the next bit?
Funding.
Okay.
So, again, what's uncontrollable by the clubs? The FA. So we can't control it. So, again, why, some people's priorities is this part.
Well, what? So I'll just mention the FA a little bit before you go on. So you've seen grassroots teams. You've played in Sunday League teams. Yeah. You've played in all these teams. At what point did you ever get any help from the FA, or the FA starts going, come down to watch Swanland under 12s, or anyone, or the FA putting any sort of backing in behind you and hammering? Like when you was at Ferriby, did they ever support you and go?
So I think the only time I see the County FA promote games is when it's their cup finals, i.e. the East Riding County FA Senior Cup.
Yeah.
I don't see them promoting the big game in our area, which is Brid v Ferriby, when it's like Boxing Day. No. It might do, but it's not something that I see on a regular basis.
Because if they start doing stuff like that, then someone else will go as the Rangers will say, we're playing as the Rangers will Sporting this week, why are you promoting that? Yeah. Because we ain't got time. So we don't do it. It's not up to us to promote your game. We're not promotion. Yeah. Not Frank Warren. Yeah. So it's just, but I don't understand what the FA could do for us.
Yeah.
At this stage, because the sport is so low down at the minute, I don't know what they could do. It's 10 grand or whatever. I don't know what we'd do with it.
No.
So the funding and all this about the FA, they don't help football in the way they think. Ferriby don't get £1 million a year off the FA going, keep your club going, please. No. You're doing a real good job. No, the chairman at that club, well, you know him really well, you've known him for years, he's out day and night, every day, every weekend, grafting to get money into that club to keep the club going. The chairmen of the futsal clubs are not. Yeah. You are. You are, mate.
And others are.
And a few others are, and a few of us don't. And the moan. I don't. If I knew what to moan
if you're not moaning about stuff, this is not targeted at you, by the way. It's the ones that moan.
It's got to stop.
But I just want a collective effort. And like I say, after this, if people want to contact me and we want to form some kind of group of like-minded people who want to go down this direction, then let's look at it. And we'll see if we can share ideas and ways of doing stuff. So I look at Eagles. So our kids train on a Saturday, play a midweek. So that works for us. Eagles do the opposite. They train with me, train midweek, play on a Saturday. So there's no right or wrong in our area. We're in the same area.
We're both in Hull and we're both making it work. But you look at the population, we've got 300,000, 350,000 in the whole area, East Riding sort of area. I look at Manchester, I look at Birmingham, London. They're in millions.
Yeah.
They're in millions of people. Yet we are in so much demand, we can't get enough of it.
I get there's differences in London. Like finding a venue in London might be 10 times more difficult than us. I think we've got 7 venues. I bet if you said to someone else in different areas, you need 7 venues, they've got impossible.
But we did start with 1, didn't we?
No, what I mean is we started 1, but
and we pay for venues that sometimes.
But Eagles only work with 2.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So there's no. So it's just. But Eagles do 5 o'clock till 9 o'clock, two nights a week, I believe, at St Mary's. So they're doing 4-hour shifts.
Yeah.
4-hour shifts twice. Like some people are like, no chance.
No, what do that? Like work-life balance, like we've had before with coaches, work-life balance, all that crap. But yeah, it's there if you want to do it. If you want to do it, it's there. Yeah. If you don't want to do it, that's totally fine. But I think the problem is we've still got these dinosaurs, and this ain't just a get-along gang. This is people who've been in the sport. It's some in tier 1, some in higher positions. We've been in it years, and I've got no ambition for me to move the sport forward. They're happy for it just to go flatline.
Yeah,
and the flatlining it.
Yeah,
it needs fresh people in to up the level.
So I'll just come back to this. So the FA. So I think amateur, there's no promotion. Grassroots, no, they don't really promote anything. No. Semi-professional is the FA if they're regularly promoted. So if the FA regularly promoted futsal stuff, I think that's where we need to get to, the promoted stuff. I saw something the other day about a coaching podcast. I think is it Mark? What's his name? Is it Mark Forrest? A bit before my time. Yeah. He was doing some coaching thing, and that popped up. He was talking about the benefits of futsal. Yes, that'd be great. But like I say, it's pointless if you haven't got that accessibility. And I think professional would be regular promotion plus the funding. So that'd be once everyone's at a semi-professional level, that's when it's like, okay, let's start putting some funding in and get this in a professional setup. I think if you're not there, then what's the point? You won't pump money into amateur teams unless it was for, I don't know, say pitches or anything like that, where there's benefits to a community or something, not just one team.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference. But that's that we can't control that. We can control the funding, the club academies, partners and sponsors, and social media. So I'll start with social media because it's been quite a big topic. Firstly, I'll just talk Wessex. I'm seeing he's putting comments about his stream and stuff. Just to clarify, sorry, Jeff, I think I've upset him. We love what you're doing. We've got no issues with what you're doing. I just don't like VO Live. That is it. Sorry, I know. That's it. So I'm sorry I upset you. The social media, so amateur team, 0 budget on social medias. You might have someone doing a bit. Yeah. Semi-professional setup. Sort of a team doing it. So I think we've got like a videographer now, a photographer. We've got Tilly who does the actual social media stuff. So we've got a bit of a team. But I think semi-professional start spending money on ads and stuff. I'm guessing Jamie, he might not be giving him the credit he deserves here, but I'm guessing there's times where you have to put money into pump stuff to promote and stuff like that. But again, it's pointless putting money into stuff to promote stuff if you haven't got that accessibility. And then professional setup, this is where Jamie comes in on this side, the monetization of it, where you're actually doing social media and generating money through it. That's the professional setup. I'm guessing clubs like Man United and teams like that earn money through their social media.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but that's a professional setup. So partners and sponsors, amateur, one sponsor funding the kit. That's generally it, isn't it? That's an amateur. That's an amateur.
£500 to sponsor the kit.
Semi-professional, I think this is numerous local businesses supporting what you're doing. I think if anyone's seen our warm-ups in the warm-up top, I think we've got something like 20 different sponsors or willing people. Not massive money, but it's helping to fund quite a lot of money. And then professional setup would be large corporations. We've got Smith and Nephews or Reckitt's or something like that, where they pump 6 figures into your club. That's, you know what I mean? That would be the professional way. Club academies, so again, funding. This is why I think club academies comes in everything. I think the academies is massive, running kids stuff. Amateur, there's either no or to a handful of youth teams. If you've just got 2 or 3 teams, it's probably not enough in terms of being able to fund stuff. If you've got 100 plus members I think you start then creating a self-sustainable club because you're generating money, a lot of money coming into the club. And then a professional program would be like an elite player program, something like a football academy, essentially. Again, miles off that. So I'm not even worried about that. It's the whole point of this is, can we move from that amateur status to the
I think if we get to semi, that's probably in our lifetime.
Yeah, which again can be done. I know, say Dorset, they started theirs, and I think they're at over 100 youth players. And if they're all, I think Connor does it well as well.
Yeah, it does.
Do you know what I mean? I think Connor does it well, and I think he charges something. I think we're around £6 a session, and we've got 80 just on a Saturday. There's obviously all the midweek stuff as well. So it's that generating money through and get money to come through that. So that's the funding side, the academies, the partners and sponsors, the social media and the FA. My argument is focus on them three, not the FA. Don't spend all your time worrying about where the FA money is going to come. Please, please, please spend time on the other three. Simple as that. So the next one is the awareness. So this is where Chris Autumn wants the awareness to come. He wants this to come from the FA. He's saying marketing promotion creates awareness. Okay, that's fine. I think there's other ways of creating awareness which aren't controllable by us. Obviously, there's the FA, the national teams, and like Commonwealth and Olympic Games. I think if the national teams are playing, the Commonwealth Olympic Games are on mainstream TV. There's regular national team games around the country, not just at Loughborough. If it was starting and spreading that awareness, that'd be amazing. I think if there was one in Hull, wow, that'd do so much to
I do think the FA on that score could do. I'd like to see England go on like a bit of a roadshow to go, do you know what? We've got the England, we ain't got no games for a while, and they contact Bolton and say, Bolton, can you put on an event for us? You pay for it. We'll bring the England team down and we'll play an exhibition game at Bolton. Manchester, can you do the same?
Yeah.
And they go around the country. Bloomsbury, can you?
I know there's cost to that. There's insurance. I think they have to do certain medical stuff, and I get all that. But it's that awareness.
There's ways and means around it. You could just do training, couldn't they?
Yeah.
There's ways and means around it.
But again, I'd say that's at a professional level.
Yeah.
Semi-professional for me is what they're doing now. They just play the qualifiers. There's games there, they're playing. It's not really regular, but they are.
Yeah.
There's something there. I think when it's amateur, there's no games.
No, and this is just bare minimum. They're playing in the
futsal is not in the Olympics. It's not in the Commonwealth. It's basically a nothing sport. No one cares about it.
Yeah.
That's for me, amateur.
Right, yeah.
But the other things are awareness. So rivalries.
Yep.
Name me 3 big rivalries.
In futsal?
In futsal.
Us and Eagles.
Go on, anymore. I think of
Bolton, Manchester, maybe.
That's the one I was thinking. There's none that stand out, is there?
No.
So from us, there might be. Hartpury might say we hate Maidenhead. Oh, Hartpury, Maidenhead, Bloomsbury. I think the players have switched between. Possibly there's that bit of beef now. That might build into something.
Only between the players, not the fans.
But we've named 3.
Yeah.
We don't go like in football. You go Norwich, Ipswich.
I know. Liverpool, Rangers,
Brighton Palace. Like, do you know what I mean? They just come off. You know what I mean? So I think rivalries. So amateur is no one's interested. No one cares. Do you know what I mean? Semi-professional is talk of the town fixtures. So everyone knew about our game, whether they come or not. Everyone knew it was happening. The amount of people that mentioned it to me, oh, you got your big game, big thing. You walk into the university, it's like, oh, it's a big game Sunday, isn't it? Blah blah blah. So. And then, obviously, professional talk of the country, Man U, Liverpool. Everyone knows it's this weekend. So they're the sort of 3 steps. I think everyone needs to get to a point where we've got them talk of the town fixtures, like us versus Birmingham coming. I know it's not a rivalry, but it's first v second. And there's some kind of atmosphere around the game, and there's a reason for people to come. Social media, again, designated individual at amateur. So... Again, I see Jeff spinning plates. He probably does the social media. He probably does the VO. Again, I'm not knocking Jeff. I get it, but I think when I talk about stuff like that, it's like, can the players help him? Or do you know what I mean? Is there other people that can help? He's probably got other people that do help. But what I mean is, if he wants to do more, don't think like you have to do it yourself. Because there's like Papo got his moment. in the Eagles game where he come on and scored a penalty. Just to give you context, so Papo's done a bit of commentary for us. He coaches for us. He rests for us. He does everything for us. He supports us. He travels to the away games when he's not in the squad. He's there. He's vital to our club. And the kids are shouting, "We want Papo. We want Papo." And he comes on and scores. Like, there's people out there which do actually care and will help. So we couldn't do it without Papo. So he's, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So the semi-professional team of trained volunteers, and obviously some paid team of trained volunteers in the semi-professional side. So in the social media aspect. So again, we're training someone up to do videography. We haven't got Bloomsbury's budget to go, I'm going to spend X amount. Can you just put all that together with your professional cameras? I'm using iPhones. I'm using cameras, this camera. I'm using GoPros. I'm using all the stuff to work with it and see if we can put something together. And training people up. Obviously, professional set for social media, full-time department. Oh, that is their sole job. Yeah. Like Manu will have, for example. Awareness club academies, again. In awareness. So we've got now all the kids that come through our system are aware of futsal. Some of them will come to our games. But again, without the club academies, you're not exposing it to the kids. I think it has to be exposed to the kids. Amateur, there's probably no exposure or minimal because you don't have the youth teams. And then professional is a realistic pathway for a career.
But I think the kids as well, it's just word of mouth, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's word of mouth. The kids are going to school and going, "Did you see that game yesterday?" And people might think I'm a bell or whatever, but they'll go, "Did you see Dave yesterday? Dave was in the And suddenly, but it spreads. And the awareness spreads, whether you like it or dislike it. But if you're Mary Poppins on the sideline and your club's boring and you've got no youth teams, nobody speaks.
Well, I'll guarantee, I'd say very few people, including myself, who's been around football all my life, knew what futsal was 10 years ago in this area. I reckon you could probably count less than 100.
Yeah.
And that's probably all the players that used to play for Hull Futsal Club. Now I bet everyone knows about it because we must have had, how many teams must have played in our leagues now?
Ridiculous. Yeah.
500 different teams, all with 10 players. Eagles probably not on that scale, but even if they played futsal once, they know about it, the parents know about it, the grandparents probably know about it. So it's that awareness, but you can do that yourself. You don't need the FA to put it on the side of a bus.
Nope.
That's what I'm trying to say. Broadcasting, amateur, no streaming. Semi-professional, streaming. I had a nightmare with the streaming yesterday. I'll explain in a sec. Mainstream TV, professional.
Yeah. All right.
We're not going to get to that. Streaming, can we do it? Yes. I had problems yesterday. I think two issues. One, Eagles were on before us, and I think they was using the bandwidth. We was on at the same time, weren't we?
Yeah.
I think it was killing my signal. But then the mics, I had you mic'd up, and I had the camera mic'd up, and I think there was a issue with. I think there was talking. I think that was trying to pick up yours, but you was in the distance, whereas the one on it wasn't getting picked up. So I'm going to have to look at that. So yes. We are still amateur, but we're trying to get to something where you can hear the commentator in the background. I've still paid the commentator, like he's still. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to get something where it's some kind of semi-professional. So anyone watching for the same time for the first time goes, oh, this is not what I was expecting. Yeah. It's not just 10 blokes scrapping on a futsal court. It's, do you know what I mean? There's actually a stream and people can watch it. Youth competitions, again. Amateur, no youth leagues, semi-professional, multiple youth leagues, and then professional high-level youth leagues. Schools, awareness in schools. So again, you've got no school connections, amateur, semi-professional, a bit like what we do. After-school clubs, there's that whole active schools who do futsal competitions, stuff like that. So there's stuff going on in schools. Can you promote that? Professional setup, there's a full schools provision programme. I think Grimsby used to do one where you play futsal as part of your education.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? That's where I'd go, professional setup. County FA. So no amateur, no communication. Joint ventures, comps league. So when we say we work with the County FA, we've run competitions with them. We've helped run leagues with them. And we've done stuff in the past where we've worked together. Professional would be partnerships, joint programs, i.e. we fund some of their leagues maybe, and there's a bit more, it's a bit more high level, a bit like what Hull City do. There's something a bit higher on, but you could only do that if you was a professional sort of club.
Yeah.
And you're sort of working together to create stuff. So that's the awareness. And then how do you retain that progress? I think this is the big one. I think there's a lot of progress made in the past and then it dies off. The big one for me again is it is hard if you're just a volunteer to keep it going, because it will become too much. I think at some point you have to do it as some kind of job so you can solely focus on that. And I think we seem to get hammered because I left my job and decided to do this full time. And then you decided, well, I'll keep my job, but when I get in at 5 o'clock, I will stay out till 10 o'clock every day.
I went part-time, didn't I? Just on the back of this. You know, I quit a full-time job as an engineer to come to get a part-time job so I could do this more. So it's not like we're playing at it or going half baking.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Yeah. So that's the big thing. But I think amateur, it's just all volunteers. If you just got volunteers, like on a Sunday league, it's just an amateur team. Yeah. Please don't be offended by that. That's what it is. I think a semi-professional setup is like in football, say Ferriby, you've probably got one guy at the top whose sole job it is to make sure that club runs. It's on him, but he has to pay for him. He has to pay himself to do that, because there's no way he could put all the time and attention to it if he didn't. And if it's professional full-time business, everyone's paid, players, staff.
Yeah.
So semi-professional, I'd put players into that as well. I'd like to see a point where there's a club out there who are paying 5, 6, 7 players to play of a level.
Manchester.
I think Helvetia did in the past.
We've made rumours, haven't we?
Do you know what I mean? So I think that's what it needs, but obviously there's no foundation behind that. And this is what I'm saying, it's retaining that progress. They've got to a point where they're paying players, but it becomes unsustainable because they've gone straight away, pay the players, and not build the awareness around the youth teams. They've not got the structure behind it. So at some point someone just goes, I'm not paying the money anymore. Simple as that. And then all your players disappear. So that's that. Match day experience, professional event for one, copper box.
Yeah.
The one Jamie did, professional. No one really in this probably lifetime is going to be able to do what Jamie's done.
No.
Well,
you could book it. You probably get about 20 people in.
Semi-professional though. Could we get atmosphere, music, lights, advertising, and make it look semi-professional?
Gosh, can.
There you go. And then amateur, nothing. Again, Genesis, that one we played at Hall.
West.
Just spots all. Opponents. So amateur, you just basically get a changing room. Turn up, you get a changing room, you get changed, you go play. Semi-professional, we're trying match day hospitality. Can you put match day? Manchester turned us down on the pizzas, didn't they? Well, they didn't respond.
They just didn't respond. If you don't respond. If you want it, you want it.
The problem is, it's the other clubs that ruined it, where we've bought them in the past and they've just walked out and not took them. It's just, all right, okay, tell me what you want or you're not getting it then. It's there.
The refs got them again, didn't they?
Yeah, the refs got them. So it's there. Like I said, always come in, bear me. If you want pizzas, please just respond to my email. We're more than happy to pay for pizzas. And then professional is more of an executive match day hospitality, half-time meal, pre-match meal, all stuff like that. But again, we're nowhere near that. I'm just trying to decipher the difference between the three sort of categories. Spectators. So if you've got less than 20 spectators, it's amateur. That's all the players' mums or dads or granddads, essentially. If you've got 100 non-paying spectators, you could say 50 paying spectators, maybe. But if you've got 100 plus non-paying spectators, probably semi-professional in futsal. I get in semi-professional football, they're all paying to get in, but you understand what I'm saying? It's trying to breach that level. Professional setup would be ticket sales to 100 spectators plus.
Yeah. So
like what Jamie did, that's professional setup. You're generating income through that. I think that's how you retain the progress. The money keeps coming in. Engagement. So amateur. It's tough, this one, because this is probably just based around you. But I think in futsal, if you've got amateur level if you've got boring fixtures, it's going to probably remain amateur. If you've got exciting fixtures, that's where I want to see the semi-professional side. I have aimed this more towards what your thoughts are, but it's to do with engagement. And then professional, if you've got an exciting fixture with an event theme, that's the one where you've got the engagement and people will come back. I looked at ice hockey. It was more on the event why I'd go again. But if it was just a really good, exciting game, hell for leather, I'd also go again. I think combining them two is the sort of the professional one. I know, like you say, styles make fight, you can't get that every week, but having a vision on trying to achieve that would be the way forward. I think the last one, retaining the progress. So, well, again, uncontrollable bar clubs, the FA, retaining the progress again. The ideal scenario would be regular promotion funded. That'd be the ideal scenario. But the last one, I think, is this steering group. So if you're working for yourself, you're generally an amateur team, no interest in anyone else, you just want to work for yourself. Semi-professional, the clubs working together, and then professional setup would be all stakeholders working together. That's leagues, clubs, referees, England futsal, and you're all trying to collectively come together. That'd be professional. Can't see that happening anytime soon, but the semi-professional where the club's working together, trying to achieve what they want to achieve, is probably where I'd like to see it. So just to run that down then, so when I'm talking about what we vision futsal, where we want it to go is men's, women's, B teams, youth teams, grassroots leagues, grassroots academies, personalised halls, 100 players within your youth system, numerous local sponsors, spending a bit of time and money on socials, regular talk of the town fixtures, team of trained volunteers, expose as many kids to futsal as possible, stream it, multiple youth leagues, after school clubs, England just playing qualifiers, joint ventures with your county affair, atmosphere, music, lights, matchday hospitality, 100 spectators, exciting fixtures, small number of paid staff, clubs working together.
Yeah, I agree with that all.
I think it's all achievable.
Oh, that's achievable. Well, we've done it.
It's all achievable. Yeah, there's some we aren't. The women's team we've tried, the B team we've had, that'll be back next year. The youth teams we've always had, we started as youth base. So that probably bores some people, which is fine. You probably want a bit more beef in but that's our side of the debate. That's where we want futsal to go. And I don't think you're asking for anything there which isn't achievable.
No. It's the clubs working together, the one that you'll probably never get. Because everyone's got, I think, their own agenda.
Or a different way of looking at things. I'll try and, do you know what I mean? Like I said, if you want to just focus on all them, I think there's 26 different categories there.
Well, just hit one out of them. One out of each one.
And one person, and one. I know one club is only focusing on the FA.
Yeah.
So you've got all that you could be doing, but you choose to focus on that which you cannot control. I don't get it. I mentioned Bucks. Bucks are doing loads. Bucks are growing. He's doing well in tier 3. Hopefully he can get into tier 2 and kick on. I think he's in a good catchment area. He's got youth set up. So there's clubs out there doing it. So that's sort of our side of the debate.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough. It's going to
explain. And what I will say is, we'll probably park that now as well. So we're not going over everything. This is the last one. It's because it's getting a bit tiresome, and I seem to be wasting my time with certain people where it's just like we're never going to agree. So
I think I asked them all to leave the spot. I think my last breath to them before I back is to leave the spot. If you don't like it, go. What is it you're fighting for?
Yeah.
What is it? I don't understand. I say I've been through all this with all these idiots. I don't know what they want. I don't know what they're after. I don't know what they're trying to achieve. But nothing will ever change. Nothing's going to change. And I don't need the FA to change anything.
Yeah.
And this is my debate. Why don't you ever got the FA? What am I ever? Back to what we said earlier on. I don't need them for anything. Set the league up. Chris has set the league up. He's got the league running. Done. That's it. Thank you, Chris. You've set that league up and it's running. We all know the fixtures. We've all got the refs. Done. I don't need it. I don't need the help. I don't know what the.
I don't know why he's got this in his head of we're scared to sort of criticise people in the. It's like no, yes, they could do more, but I'm just saying it's pointless. We're not ready for their support.
We're not. Do more what? So if you supported it, I think you hit the nail on the head. If you got 1,000 people down to Cambridge yesterday and gone, right.
Well, that was the question. If the FA got 100 people down to watch Cambridge, not the LDN game, all right, any one of your games, how many do you think could come back again? Obviously, he didn't answer. He just went into another one saying, why aren't you criticising the FA and you're just criticising volunteers? But the answer would be very, very, very few. That's the answer. Why? Because none of that is in place. There's no atmosphere. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing. I think he used to do all the drums and stuff, which, maybe I might take that back on the atmosphere stuff, but everything else around it, there's no structure around your club. But his argument is, I ain't got the time because it's just volunteers. Okay, that's fine. So stop. So the FA...
So why don't they just drop to C3 then? What does it want to be at such an high level for?
I don't know.
It baffles me. I can say...
It's painful, but I just wanted to get that done and out the way.
For me, we've done it. So again, we've come from nothing with one session and we've got to where we're at now, where our team's not bad. I think people just think we're a bit braggy and we've got an half-decent team now and we're getting excited because we're in Tier 2. Our team's still crap, by the way. If anyone thinks I rate myself as crap, our team don't defend us the way I want them to quite yet. Do we attack the way we do? No. Have I got better players than everyone else? Yeah. So we're winning and winning easy. But they're not quite playing the way I want them to. No. So I think people think we get a bit braggy. Well,
there was an incident yesterday. We're talking this morning and where we disagree on certain things, but ultimately what it comes down to is what benefits the club more. And we've come to a mutual agreement, whether one likes it or the other doesn't. And that's why, because futsal has to come first.
It does. And I say for me, for this sport, I ain't going to go over this because it is really boring. For me, for this sport to go, people have to come back. So your last come to watch the Eagles game. She hates futsal.
Well, the last game she came to was probably 4 years ago. I think we played Northampton. I forced people to come. Yeah. I got all the seats out. And I remember it. My little girl, I only had one girl at the time, she put all her teddies out and she said something like, because everyone was leaving because they played the youth tournament, they wasn't interested in our men's game. I tried to force people there, they all walked out. She put her teddies up and she went, oh, these will stay and watch, because she could hear me talking to them. So, and it sort of like brought a tear to my eye because, you know what I mean? She knew it meant something to me. She's never been since then, and that was Northampton in the Tier 3 playoffs. So that would have been 4 years ago. 4 years ago. And she come back and she went, well, she said, futsal is boring. It is so slow. It is baba, basically. And she came to the Eagles game and she went, wow, futsal ain't boring, is it? I went, this is what I'm telling you. It's changed. Us and the Eagles, there was atmosphere. There was 250 people playing. There was noise.
It's played at a tempo.
It's played at a tempo.
So we've done it all. We've tried it. We've tried sitting in. We used to sit in Tier 3. We'd sit in, we'd do an out, and when we very first started, it was we'd sit in, bring you on at half time, see if you can beat them all in the second half when they're tired. So we've gone through every stage, gone attacking with two people. Can we semi-press, or press like the teams do, other teams where you pretend to press, but you really stood 3 yards off them.
Yeah.
And we've done this. Does this look like futsal? No. Does anyone else's look like futsal? No. You must have watched the LDN when he went to Spain.
Yeah.
So you've seen the clip where they're just playing. Just playing. Wow.
Yeah.
Does any of our games ever resemble that at all? Yeah. No. So we're playing at it, and it's just we're not good. I keep saying it, we're garbage.
Yeah.
Because we've got garbage players playing it. Yeah. So they'll never get to that level. So instead of trying to get to that level, you never will with these players. Russell Goldstein will never get to be one of the world's elite football players with his 50 caps. Never.
No.
So change the way we play. Because the way we're going, the way that everyone's gone for 15 years, the sport's going like that, gradually going down like that. We've lost TNT, everything's going downhill. It's a change.
All I'm saying is, do this for yourself. Don't do it, even if you're not doing it for futsal, do all that, because you will see the benefits, especially through the funding. You'll fund everything, and money, it starts going, oh, we can afford these better mics, or we can afford this better camera, and it just ups your social media, or we might be able to pay for someone to do commentary, we might be able to, and all that. It's just a knock-on effect. It's a snowball effect.
People then come back. But yeah, people are coming back to our games now, while we talk to them in the week, and they're going, oh my God, that was so good, that was so good. And everyone else will watch it. The futsal snobs will go, that doesn't look like futsal. That's not futsal. The only thing that doesn't look like futsal is we just press everybody to death now.
Yeah.
We actually tried to play.
Yeah.
We actually tried to play futsal, attacking but defending. We do our own thing, and it seems to be working. But it makes the game exciting, and people want to see it, and people will come back. If you don't, no one will come back. No one's got anyone coming to watch them.
Yeah.
If you want the sport to go, to me, change.
Yeah.
And the sport will go backwards. 1,000,000% it will go backwards, but it will come forwards quicker. Because then people will want to get involved. People will come and want to come and watch. Footballers will want to come and play. I'll put it this way.
So since the Eagles game, I've had 2 people saying, 2 of them are coaches for us, who are paid coaches to help us. They've said, can I help more on a Sunday? I know it's not paid, but I want to get involved. Yes.
Because
please. So it does create more volunteers. We've got loads of volunteers. So it's not just me and Dave. There's loads of people that help. Steve, Simon. There's loads of people that help with stuff. And we're not just me and you. There is other volunteers.
This is where you've said,
I'm not criticising volunteers.
The clubs have to get together and get a goal. What do we want? Our goal is not for our club to grow, but the futsal to grow. Yeah. And everyone, when we go to other places, 100+ people watching, not just someone's granny or the drivers watching.
Yeah.
So this is what we want. Other clubs don't. They just want to look after themselves. We're in Tier 1. We've got a team. I've got a load of 6 players who are good. We can stay in Tier 1.
Yeah.
Back of shit. Yeah. Just going downhill. But this is my last moan on it. We'll do what we do, and we're getting better and succeeding more and more. You'll do what you do, and you'll moan. And then have a pop at us when we call you out.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't like. When you get called out, you don't like it. So if you don't like it, keep your head under the parapet. Stop begging.
Well, you said not to mention this because people will think we're bragging, but I am going to mention it. And if people think it's bragging, they'll think it's bragging. So there's certain people that spend a lot of time on Twitter, whether they're talking about bloody reform or whatever, they just spend a lot of time on Twitter arguing with people, whether that's myself or whoever. Right? Okay. Go put the time into applying for grants. Because I spent how many hours did I put in? And it wasn't working hours where I'm getting paid for it. It was between the hours of say 6 and 9 o'clock in the morning before I'm going to my office. I applied for grants, and we have managed to get funding for over £40,000 into our club.
I will say I ain't done this. Danny's done all this. I ain't going to take any credit for
this. So please spend your time into, yes, it will mean you're doing more work. You don't just get money and you think you have to put on with. So we have to put certain projects on. But guess what that does? It brings more kids in. So the amount of kids that play multi-sport for us now, and the amount of them kids that also then play futsal as well.
But they're all.
I think of Livia Casper.
And we give all these places for free, we don't charge.
No, it's free.
All our the first session we run in the morning, that's got 18 kids in it.
Yeah.
Don't charge. It's all free.
Yeah.
To get them involved.
So our under 7s, 18 kids, Saturday morning, free of charge. Why? Awareness. So they know what futsal is. They could come and try it. The parents love it. So under 8s, they'll start playing. And that's why. So, but anyway, stop giving our tips away. Those like-minded clubs that want to create some kind of group, please contact me. We'll do it. We'll go for what we do. You discuss what you do. We don't do everything right. We know there's more we could do. How did you start a women's team is probably a big one for us, because that's one where when I talk, I feel like I haven't really got a say on that, and I don't know anything about the women's game. I would have an interest if we did. So that's one big thing I want to do. Because for some teams it seems real easy just to set it up, but it's probably not. Well, we know it's not.
We've tried.
So we've tried. So we need help on that. So, but yeah, let's do it, and let's focus on the accessibility first. Then we'll look at the funding, how to spread the awareness, and then how do we retain the progress. Let's go through all them processes.
Absolutely. Then as a collective, we could maybe
There's probably loads we're missing as well. There's probably loads we're missing there, just what I could think of.
But if we can hit every one of them semi-pro things that we've just said, as a collective, we could go to the FA and go.
But why? So one of the other reasons why is if we want players of a certain level, they have to come in and it has to be of a certain standard.
Yeah.
There has to be of certain standards where they go, all right, yeah, this is proper. And one of the big things I've realised, which I didn't realise, which forced me to do, is the photographer. The players all share the pictures on Instagram. That's what they want. It must be a generational thing, but they all want them players on Instagram. So guess what? I've had to book him every week. You know what I mean? It's not massive money, but again, the commentator and the photographer, there's all the... do you know
Pizza,
what I mean?
it's all a match
Pieces, yeah, it all adds up, but it's about them standards. So, but it helps us in the long run because players are coming and going, yeah, this is good, this. I got everyone a towel. That's how my professor got everyone a personalised towel. You got that for what? You did apply for some funding.
Yeah, I got.
So Dave applied for some funding. Did he come away with 20 Hilton towels?
Yeah.
That's it. But we said, let's not just give the towels away. Let's get them on. The numbers on them, the club badge. Everyone's got a towel. There's all buzzing. It's like, oh wow,
I've got
this
a
is
towel
posh.
on the badge and the number on.
Yeah, but they've all got the trackies. So like I say, the ones that want to do it, let's get together and we'll try and do something. Even if you don't like us, if you've got an invested interest in doing this, let's do it. If you want to just moan at the FA, please just moan at the FA, but you won't get a bite from me anymore.
But just stop putting it on Twitter. Contact them direct. We don't want to see your boring stories about putting a random story. I don't see it anyway because I've blocked you. But just if you've got a problem with FA, email them.
Yeah.
Just email the FA. Stop wittering on Twitter. No one's bothered. What Graham Bell does.
Right, okay.
So anyhow,
so we've got 1-to-1s. Vitas has just got back to me. Pizza offering. Appreciate the pizza offering.
Oh, there you go.
We'll go with the standard cheese and tomato. There you go. Thank you, Vitas.
So you will have pizzas?
Yeah. Unless she's got a hat trick and then we'll all get lost.
Not pizza.
Nice guy, Vitas.
Yeah. Or if you go fly, you won't be getting them out.
So we've got 1-to-1s now, haven't we?
1-to-1s.
1-to-1s, that's another one. Massive support in developing players and generating income. So we can discuss that if anyone wants to get involved.
Yeah.
Let's go do that then.
Okay.
All right, cheers.
Thank you.